Section 1, Short-Run Profit Maximization in Perfect Competition, MR equals P equals MC. A perfectly competitive firm faces a horizontal demand curve at the market price P. Because every unit is sold at the same price, the marginal revenue, the extra revenue from selling one more unit, is identical to the price, MR equals P. The firm chooses output Q where this marginal revenue equals its marginal cost, the cost of producing one more unit, MR equals P equals MC of Q. Suppose the firm's total cost, TC, is equal to F plus 1/2 KQ squared, where F is fixed cost and K is the variable cost coefficient. Then marginal cost equals the derivative of total cost with respect to Q, which is KQ. If market price is P equals 20, set 20 equals KQ, therefore Q star equals 20 divided by K. Profit is pi equals P times Q star minus total cost, which equals 20 times 20 divided by K minus the quantity in parentheses, F plus 1/2 K times 20 over K squared. Simplifying, that is 400 divided by K minus F minus 200 divided by K, which equals 200 divided by K minus F. On a diagram, plot marginal cost U-shaped and a flat marginal revenue line at P. The intersection gives the profit maximizing quantity, the vertical distance between price and average total cost, a TC, at that quantity shows per unit profit or loss. 2-point long-run equilibrium under perfect competition, zero economic profit entry/exit dynamics. In the long run, firms can freely enter or leave the market. If existing firms earn a positive economic profit, pi greater than 0, new firms are attracted, increasing total market supply, which drives the price down. Conversely, if firms incur losses, pi less than 0, some will exit, reducing supply and raising the price. This process continues until firms earn zero economic profit, meaning price equals average total cost, ATC, at the profit maximizing output. P equals a TC of Q star. Because in perfect competition, P equals MC at the optimum, the long-run equilibrium condition becomes P equals MC equals a TC. Derivation, let market demand be D of P and each identical firm have cost function C of Q. With n firms, total supply S of P equals n times Q of P, where Q of P solves P equals MC of Q. Zero profit implies P equals a TC of Q. Solving the two equations yields the long-run price P sub LR and quantity per firm Q sub LR. The market quantity is Q sub LR equals NQ sub LR. 3. Short-run supply curve of an individual firm in perfect competition, shutdown condition. A firm will produce only if the market price covers its average variable cost, abbreviated a VC. The short-run supply curve is the portion of the MC curve that lies above the VC curve. Formally, if P is greater than or equal to a VC of Q star, the firm produces the quantity where P equals MC. If P is less than a VC, the firm shuts down, produces Q equals 0 because it cannot even cover variable costs. The fixed cost is sunk in the short run. Graphically, the MC curve is drawn. The VC curve is U-shaped and intersecting MC at its minimum. The supply curve is the MC segment from the VC intersection point upward. The shutdown price is the minimum of a VC. P sub SD equals the minimum of a VC. Example, if a VC equals 5 plus 0.5 Q and MC equals 5 plus Q, the minimum of VC occurs at Q equals 0 with a VC sub min equals 5. Thus the firm shuts down when P is less than 5. 4. Monopoly demand, marginal revenue and profit maximization. MR equals MC linear demand example. A monopoly faces the whole market demand curve, for example P equals a minus BQ. Total revenue TR is TR equals P times Q equals open parenthesis a minus BQ close parenthesis Q equals a Q minus BQ squared. Marginal revenue is the derivative of TR with respect to Q. MR equals DTR over DQ equals a minus 2 BQ. Notice MR has the same intercept but twice the slope of the demand curve. The monopoly chooses output where MR equals marginal cost, MC. Suppose MC is constant at C set, a minus 2 BQ star equals C. Solve for Q star. Q star equals open parenthesis a minus C close parenthesis divided by open parenthesis 2B close parenthesis. The corresponding price is obtained from the demand function. P star equals a minus BQ star equals a minus B open parenthesis, a minus C close parenthesis divided by open parenthesis 2B close parenthesis, equals open parenthesis a plus C close parenthesis divided by 2. Thus the monopoly's optimal price is the average of the choke price and marginal cost C. 5. Monopoly pricing and output decision. Comparison with perfect competition and markup. In perfect competition, the equilibrium price equals marginal cost. P sub PC equals MC. The monopoly price derived above is higher. P sub M equals open parenthesis a plus C close parenthesis over 2 greater than C equals MC. The markup, also called Lerner index, measures market power. Markup equals P sub M minus MC equals open parenthesis a minus C close parenthesis over 2. Alternatively, the Lerner index is expressed as a proportion of price. L equals open parenthesis P sub M minus MC close parenthesis divided by P sub M equals open parenthesis a minus C close parenthesis divided by open parenthesis a plus C close parenthesis. Because the monopoly restricts output to Q star equals open parenthesis a minus C close parenthesis divided by open parenthesis 2B close parenthesis, rather than the competitive quantity Q sub PC equals open parenthesis a minus C close parenthesis divided by B, the market sells half the competitive output when marginal cost is constant. The higher price and lower quantity generate higher profit for the monopolist but create inefficiency for society. See dead weight loss. Real-world analogy. A utility company with exclusive rights often charges a price above its cost, earning a profit markup while consumers pay more and buy less than they would in a competitive market. 6. Deadweight loss of monopoly-welfare triangles. Welfare is the sum of consumer surplus, CS, producer surplus, PS, and government revenue if any. Under perfect competition, CS plus PS equals total surplus because price equals marginal cost. Under monopoly, price is greater than marginal cost, so some mutually beneficial trades do not occur, creating a deadweight loss, DWL. Using the linear example above, the competitive quantity is Q sub PC equals open parenthesis a minus C close parenthesis divided by B and price P sub PC equals C. Monopoly quantity is Q sub M equals open parenthesis a minus C close parenthesis divided by open parenthesis 2B close parenthesis, and price P sub M equals open parenthesis a plus C close parenthesis divided by 2. The deadweight loss is the area of the triangle between the demand curve and marginal cost from Q sub M to Q sub PC. DWL equals 1/2 times open parenthesis Q sub PC minus Q sub M close parenthesis times open parenthesis P sub M minus MC close parenthesis. Substituting the expressions gives DWL equals 1/2 times open parenthesis a minus C close parenthesis divided by B minus open parenthesis a minus C close parenthesis divided by open parenthesis 2B close parenthesis times open parenthesis a plus C close parenthesis divided by 2 minus C close parenthesis equals open parenthesis a minus C close parenthesis squared divided by open parenthesis 8B close parenthesis. Graphically, draw the demand line, the MC horizontal line, and mark the two quantities. The shaded triangle is the loss of total welfare caused by the monopoly's restriction of output. This loss represents the net benefit that could have been enjoyed by both buyers and sellers if the market were competitive. 7. Price discrimination types, conditions, and profit implications. Price discrimination occurs when a seller charges different prices to different buyers for the same product, not based on cost differences. First-degree perfect discrimination. The firm extracts the entire consumer surplus by charging each buyer his or her maximum willingness to pay. Condition. The firm can perfectly identify each buyer's demand curve. Profit equals total surplus. Deadweight loss is eliminated. Second-degree discrimination. Prices vary with the quantity purchased or version of the product, for example, bulk discounts or versioning. Condition. The firm cannot identify each buyer but can offer a menu of contracts. Consumers self-select. Max over P of Q of the integral over theta of open bracket P of Q of theta minus MC close bracket dQ of theta. Subject to incentive compatibility constraints, ensuring each type theta chooses the intended contract. Profit is higher than uniform pricing, but usually less than first degree. Third degree discrimination. The firm divides the market into segments, for example student versus professional or geographic regions, and charges a different price to each segment. Condition. The firm can prevent resale between segments. MRI equals MC. Open fraction PI minus MC over PI close fraction equals 1 over absolute value epsilon I. Epsilon I is the price elasticity of demand in that segment. More elastic segments receive a lower price. Overall profit is the sum of segment profits and is larger than a single uniform price whenever elasticities differ. Profit implication. By moving from uniform pricing to any form of price discrimination, the monopolist captures a portion of consumer surplus, raising profit from pi sub u to pi sub pd greater than or equal to pi sub u. The extent depends on the firm's ability to segment and enforce the pricing scheme. Governments often intervene to curb monopoly power. 3 common regulatory tools are: 1. Rate of return regulation. The firm is allowed to earn a predetermined return R on its capital base K. Pi equals R times K. Given total cost C of Q equals VC of Q plus RK, where R is the cost of capital, the regulator solves for price P sub ROR that satisfies. Open parenthesis P sub ROR minus a VC of Q close parenthesis times Q equals RK. Welfare effect. ROR may reduce incentives for cost efficiency because profit is guaranteed regardless of cost reductions. 2. Price cap regulation. The regulator imposes a ceiling price bar P for a specified period, often linked to inflation or productivity index. The firm maximizes profit subject to P less than or equal to bar P if the firm can cut costs. It retains the extra profit, known as price cap incentive. Max over Q of open parenthesis bar P minus a C of Q close parenthesis times Q. Welfare effect encourages efficiency. Consumer surplus is higher than under ROR, but the firm may still earn a markup if bar P is above marginal cost. 3. Marginal cost pricing. The regulator forces the monopoly to set price equal to marginal cost. P sub MCP equals MC of Q. To ensure the firm can cover its fixed costs, a subsidy S may be provided. Pi equals P sub MCP times Q minus C of Q plus S equals 0. Welfare effect achieves allocative efficiency, no deadweight loss because price equals marginal cost. However, the subsidy burden falls on taxpayers. Regime ROR price rule. P set to satisfy pi equals RK profit target, fixed return on capital incentive, weak costs affect required price. Regime price cap price rule. P less than or equal to bar P profit target. Maximize profit under cap incentive. Strong any cost saving raises profit. Regime MCP price rule. P equals MC profit target. 0 profit with subsidy incentive. Strong but requires public funding. Explanation 9 representative past exam question. Monopoly versus perfect competition. Demand price equals a minus BQ cost. C of Q equals CQ plus F, where C is constant marginal cost and F is fixed cost. Section a monopoly equilibrium. Total revenue, TR, equals open parenthesis a minus BQ close parenthesis times Q, which simplifies to a Q minus BQ squared. Marginal revenue, MR, equals a minus 2BQ. Set marginal revenue equal to marginal cost equal to C, so a minus 2BQ sub M equals C. And solving gives Q sub M equals open parenthesis a minus C close parenthesis divided by 2B. Monopoly price from demand. Price sub M equals a minus BQ sub M, which equals a minus B times open parenthesis a minus C close parenthesis over 2B, simplifying to open parenthesis a plus C close parenthesis divided by 2. Monopoly profit, pi sub M, equals price sub M minus C times Q sub M minus F, which equals open parenthesis a minus C close parenthesis over 2 multiplied by open parenthesis a minus C close parenthesis divided by 2B minus F, simplifying to open parenthesis a minus C close parenthesis squared divided by 4B minus F. Section B perfect competition outcome. In competition, price equals marginal cost, price sub PC equals C. Quantity from demand, C equals a minus BQ sub PC, Therefore, Q sub PC equals open parenthesis A minus C close parenthesis divided by B. Each firm earns zero economic profit because price equals average total cost. Fixed cost is covered in the long run by entry and exit. Total industry profit is zero. The fixed cost is sunk but spread over many firms. Section C. Welfare comparison. Consumer surplus, CS, under competition is the area of the triangle above price C and below demand. It equals 1/2 times open parenthesis A minus C close parenthesis times Q sub PC, which equals 1/2 times open parenthesis A minus C close parenthesis times open parenthesis A minus C close parenthesis divided by B, simplifying to open parenthesis A minus C close parenthesis squared divided by 2B. Consumer surplus under monopoly, price P sub M, equals 1/2 times open parenthesis A minus price sub M close parenthesis times Q sub M, which equals 1/2 times open parenthesis A minus open parenthesis A plus C close parenthesis divided by 2 close parenthesis times open parenthesis A minus C close parenthesis divided by 2B, simplifying to open parenthesis A minus C close parenthesis squared divided by 8B. Deadweight loss, DWL, the loss of total surplus, equals consumer surplus under competition minus consumer surplus under monopoly minus monopoly profit. Substituting the numbers gives DWL equals open parenthesis A minus C close parenthesis squared over 2B minus open parenthesis A minus C close parenthesis squared over 8B minus open parenthesis A minus C close parenthesis squared over 4B close parenthesis minus F close parenthesis, which simplifies to open parenthesis A minus C close parenthesis squared over 8B plus F. The term open parenthesis A minus C close parenthesis squared over 8B is the classic deadweight loss from restricted output. The fixed cost F is a loss to society if the monopoly cannot recover it. For example, in a regulated monopoly, a subsidy might be required. Takeaway for MBA students. The monopoly earns positive profit by setting a higher price and lower quantity, which raises its own surplus but creates a measurable loss in total welfare relative to the perfectly competitive benchmark. The algebraic steps above are typical of exam questions that test understanding of demand-derived marginal revenue, cost structures, and welfare analysis.